you are lost and you're in need of some advice.
Hey beautiful, welcome to Dr. Sarah's Café. This is your Tuesday tarot reading where I unpack the flavor of the week that was introduced in Sunday's weekly refill. Now you don't have to watch the refill to still resonate with this reading, but I highly recommend watching it nonetheless. It is a general collective weekly reading for anyone who's drawn to watch, but it might especially resonate for people who also resonated with the weekly refill. This is also a timeless reading, so even though I post them every Tuesday, they could be speaking to situations that play out across weeks, months, or even years, okay? So whenever you watch, if it resonates, then it resonates. The flavor of the week that we had on Sunday was lavender, and lavender was specifically about self-care. So this week might be a little intense for many people, and the tarot cards that came out with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. So thinking about disappointments, some heartache maybe, and needing to rest, recover, recuperate from that, take it easy. And then the oracle card we got from the African Goddess Rising deck was grounding, okay? Grounding. So needed to do some grounding practices. A lot of times people talk about touching the earth, touching grass, walking barefoot, clapping, stomping, rubbing your hands together, breathing, focusing on your breathing, meditation, visualizations. There are so many grounding practices, aromatherapy. Lots of things can help ground you. And so just focus on being present, focus on being mindful this week, and then we'll pull some tarot cards and maybe some clarifiers to dig a little deeper, get deeper insight into what guidance we have for the week ahead. I'm using the Gold Liar Tarot. Okay. What additional messages do you have for this lovely collective of souls watching regarding the flavor of the week for lavender and self-care, self-love, self-talk, gentleness, peacefulness? What more do you have to tell us to help us unpack guidance for this week and beyond? Okay, Four of Swords. So rest. This is one of the cards that came out for the weekly refill. Four of Swords is all about rest, reflection, taking time out to recuperate, to recover. It is often rest after a busy period or a difficult period, but it's also rest before a storm. So rest after the storm, rest before a storm. For all of you, you'll be in different places in your life, whether you're just coming out of a difficult situation or you're about to head into one. This week is the perfect time to just rest. Take the naps, sleep an extra 15 minutes, an hour, depending on your lifestyle. And not just laying in bed and scrolling on your phone, kind of resting and relaxing, but like deep relaxation where you even unplug from your devices for a few hours each day, where you put your phone on do not disturb. It's a deeper kind of rest than just not being at work or not being on the clock, okay? It's also mental rest, right? So it's not just like not working, it's actively resting your mind. So this could be meditation, but it could also just be stillness, okay? And bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So we'll see if that theme comes back up again. The Two of Cups has been, the Two of Cups in the Chariot. That's interesting because I'm actually recording this video third. I recorded the video for the next 2 weeks first because I forgot that October started on a Tuesday. So I had to come back and record the October 1st reading. And the Two of Cups in the Chariot shows up in one of the readings coming later in October. So relationships, we are in Libra season. We are definitely in Libra season. So this could be needing to find some peace and quiet. I'm getting a couple of things so that you can make decisions in relationships, but also just sort of retreating to your happy place. And so for some of you, that could be a person. For some of you, you have a person who feels like a retreat to you. When you talk to them or spend time with them, it could be your significant other, but it could also be a friend or a family member, where they contribute to that sense of peace. They help to keep you grounded. So keep that in mind. Like, rest and relaxation and deep rest doesn't always have to be done alone. Oftentimes it is with the Four of Swords, but some of us have people in our lives that really carry the peacefulness within them. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever felt that. I'm really sensing it right now. Like with this Two of Cups and the Four of Swords, it's like there could be a person, likely someone you already know or know of at least, where it's like you feel a tangible, substantive shift in the energy when you're with them, and it feels like you're in your own little bubble with them, and you can just relax. You can be at ease, be at peace. Okay. Now that applies for some people, but for all of us, regardless of who you have in your life or not, rest, take the nap, turn the phone off for a while, turn off the TV, just sleep, meditate, pray. And I would say not even prayer, because prayer is active, right? Like you're actively talking. So you want something that's more so stilling and quieting the mind. Just, okay. That was a lot for one card. Let's keep going. What more messages want to come out? Any additional details or insights here? Looks like we're wearing the same hoodie. This person here, it's like the same color. It's really interesting. I don't know if you can tell, but like, yeah. Anyway, that may or may not be important. What more do you have to tell us this week? I just changed my wallflower, and it is a delightful scent. It is cinnamon stick. It smells so good in the office. What additional information? Oh, very nice. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm taking this bottom of the deck as well. So we have the World card that fell out. The World, and then the card at the bottom was the Hermit. So the Hermit is obviously retreating. So with the World cards, a few of you, like, this could mean like an actual retreat where you're actually traveling to go away, to rest, to recuperate, taking the actual vacation. But more broadly speaking, the World energy represents closure and completion. And so this is really nice, given all of the activity in the sky, all the activity in the cosmos that could be intense for a lot of people. The World suggests that a lot of it is culminating. A lot of it is amounting to a graduation moment, closure, and I'm more so getting the closure piece. The World also implies a new beginning, however, because every ending is inherently a new beginning. But it feels like with this Four of Swords and this Hermit, you're mainly reflecting on the journey that you've taken to get there. You're reflecting on the journey, the process you've gone through. Yeah, some of you have gone through a difficult process, a painful process maybe. And so you're taking time out this week to say, I have a lot of processing to do. I have a lot of composting, a lot of sifting. Just, wow, I really just need to take a breath, take a moment after all of that before I start this next chapter. For some of you, that's what it is. It's like you're giving yourself an intermediate period to wrap up, to process, to tie up loose ends, to find that internal closure for yourself before you really launch into the next chapter or the next phase. And that looks like it's highly recommended and supported by the cards. The World and the Hermit are extremely wise. Extremely wise. The World card is ruled by Saturn, which is still retrograding at the time of this reading. And the Hermit card is Virgo. So we're past Virgo season. But yeah, there could be some deeper insights that come when you take this rest. That's confirmation. So the rest in and of itself is important, but in taking this rest, you're unknowingly, unsuspectingly, and maybe intentionally as well, going to come into some understanding. You're going to recognize the maturity that has come as a result of this process. You're going to recognize the wisdom within, and it's going to give you so much internal strength and courage to guide you in the next chapter. With this Hermit card, the Hermit follows the star, follows their inner light, their inner star. And so yeah, you're going to be more prepared, more ready to step into whatever is next for you with unshakable foundation of wisdom and truth. Yeah, I like that. Where are we at? I think I want one more. Yeah. Okay, one more before I clarify. Anything else you'd like to share with us for this week to help us get through this week or any time going beyond this week? Beautiful. This is a very common card. It is Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is currently in the sign of Pisces, and it's the Eight of Cups. And for me, this is just for me as a reader. You might not ever hear any other tarot reader say this. The Eight of Cups is a pre-Hermit card for me. And I can find the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith depiction to sort of explain why. Give me just a second. I'll edit this out, the me looking for the cards in the deck. Okay. So this is the Hermit in the more traditional depiction. And this is the Eight of Cups in the more traditional depiction. So for me, yes, there's the staff, right? They're both holding the staff. But you see the Hermit is at the top of the mountain. He's made it to the mountaintop and he's all alone. He's isolated. He's there to just go within, to be by himself, away from society. And in this depiction, this person, this figure is leaving society to begin their journey up to the mountaintop, right? You see how they're looking up and out towards the mountains, and the Hermit has already reached the mountaintop. But this is where the Hermit was before he got there, right? He had some lesson, some realization that he walked away from, right? So leaving behind everyday life is the Hermit. Leaving behind everyday life to go pursue greater wisdom. It's really giving the Eight of Cups. And what's so interesting is that on the day that I'm recording this, it is September 23rd, the day after the fall equinox. And I posted on Threads last night. I was listening to my music shuffle, and the song Let It Flow by Toni Braxton came on the shuffle. And I love that song so much. And it's such a emotionally deep song, and it applies to so many things, like romantic relationships, but also like anything in life that, just isn't serving you anymore, and you realize it's time for a change. It's time to let it go. It's time to walk away from it. And I made a post on Threads asking people what card came to mind when they heard those lyrics. And so I posted that this morning or last night, and it was the Eight of Cups, right? And today is a Monday, right? It's a Monday morning. And so I felt like that song was particularly appropriate to post last night coming into this morning. So the Eight of Cups, and especially with it being Saturn in Pisces, Saturn is currently, as I mentioned, retrograde in Pisces. So we have Saturn on the board twice. Saturn is the planet that rules wisdom. Saturn is the planet that rules the life lessons that we learn. It rules the hard lessons. It rules time and maturity, right? The Saturn will mature us. It will bring maturity into our lives for sure. So this is a very emotional week. I'm kind of feeling it now. I'm trying not to go there fully, but because the Three of Swords often leads to the Eight of Cups. When something has been disappointing, we find the courage and the strength to release it and let it go and walk away into our next chapter. And with the world here, we're leveled up. We're not just ending something and transitioning into something new. We are better, wiser, more equipped for whatever is next. I'm going to get some clarifiers. Yeah, because we have the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. So something has been emotionally dissatisfying. And the Star. Remember I said the Hermit follows the Star? There's the Star. So it's on the other side of this emotional release. There is hope. There's the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, anything you want to say about this Four of Swords? Yes, definitely, emphatically so. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Oh, this feels so good, so necessary. This is healing. This is self-healing, self-love, taking a bath, taking a self-love bath, cleanse. Ooh, and then we have the Ace of Wands. So folks, hang in there, because the Ace of Wands is renewed vitality. It's like a new vitality, a new impulse, like a new spark. And the Ace of Cups is like new, fresh, invigorating sense of love. And look, we have the Star again. The Star again. So there's so much hope on the other side of this rest period, on the other side of this temporary retreat, on the other side of this temporary recovery period. Okay, and I know you've been through it, but this is beautiful. And in your capacity in commitment to rest and self-care this week, you are demonstrating and manifesting self-love. A lot of people say, well, what does self-love look like? Self-love looks like you taking the time to rest, even if you don't feel like you need it. A lot of times we feel like we have to earn our rest, and that's not the case. Or we feel like, well, I'll rest when I drop dead. You know how people say that? Like, oh, I can rest when I'm dead. No, you can rest now. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying what the cards are suggesting, okay? Let's look at this World card. Oh, yep. The High Priestess. The High Priestess and the Hermit have a close association too. There are other cards that came out, but I'm not going to. It's kind of a lot. So we'll take the High Priestess card here with the World. This is the intuition. This is also a secret coming to light. So with the Hermit, the Four of Swords, the World, the Eight of Cups, I feel like this is the revelation that you discover during this period of rest. It's like when you step back, pause, reflect, spend that alone time to process, you get the truth. You get the insights that you need. You get all the information that you need here. For some of you, it's almost like coming out. It's almost like releasing something, like a launch. Like there could be something you've been working on in secret that now has its moment in the sun, now has its moment on stage. Because the World card is a very public card and the High Priestess is a very private card. So this juxtaposition of public and private, for some of you, either this week or like after this week sometime, you come out of hermit mode, you come out of this rest, recovery, keeping to yourself, going silent. And when you come out of that, when you emerge from that space, it's like something is being revealed, like some process that you've gone through, the transformation that you've gone through. That's kind of what I'm getting to with this secret. It's like the transformation has been happening under the surface or like in the dark. And it's only now or going forward in the near future that you have the awakening and the insight and the understanding and the truth of all that it has meant. Okay, this is a deep reading, so hopefully y'all are still with me. Let's look at this Hermit card. What else can you tell us about the Hermit energy? Yeah. Yeah, this is all about moving on. Moving on perhaps from groups of people, leaving behind, maybe you've outgrown certain networks of people or certain groups of people. We have the Six of Swords, which is the companion in my mind to the Eight of Cups. It's a walking away card. It's a moving away. It's a sailing away from rough, choppy waters to smooth, calm waters, right? So think whitewater rapids versus placid lake. And you're coming out of that whitewater rapids river and you open up onto this beautiful, peaceful lake. And I'm going to find the Six of Swords card for you as well, so you can get a visual representation of what I'm saying, because it's definitely not coming through in the Frida Kahlo deck, visually anyway. Okay, so this is what the Six of Swords looks like in a more traditional depiction of it. So rough, choppy waters, sailing away, right? And it's like there's, I've heard people describe these Six Swords as the lessons that you take with you after a traumatic period, after a difficult fight. And the Six of Swords comes right after the Five of Swords, which is the conflict, battle, war, fight card, or one of them in the tarot. And so afterwards, after that effort, and then we even have the Devil beneath that. And so you're moving to a much more peaceful, a much easier, much more content time for yourself. Okay, and lastly, this Eight of Cups. Any last messages as we go here with this Eight of Cups? That definitely wants to fall out. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a journey. You have a journey ahead. With this card, there could definitely be travel. Some of you could definitely be engaged in a physical trip. Okay. And maybe it's something to consider if you hadn't planned on it. The Eight of Cups. So what they're telling us is that the message is clear. You've said what you needed to say. The message is clear.
It's okay to
All right.
grow.
My dears, I hope that this has in some way helped you to refill your spiritual cup, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.